Good afternoon. This is like take 20. This week I'm just apparently not on the ball. I read 2 weeks ago, probably now, Queen of the Tearling by Erika Johansen. I really enjoyed it. 4 to 5. 5 on Goodreads just because that's really, there's no half choices. I really enjoyed it. I liked how the princess got to learn more about her kingdom as it went, because she really didn't have a real understanding of how it was, because she'd been exiled and just been taught how to be a really good ruler and not what she was going to rule really that much. Previously, her mother had been the ruler and she did like a really crappy subpar job, and there was a lot of people hoping and cheering that when Kelsey, the exiled queen, came to power, that she would fix all the wrongdoings. And, so far it seems like she definitely is getting there. Being book one of a series, it was done really well, if you ask me. The beginning, I don't know if it was just that I'd already been told that it was started out really slow or not. I didn't find it that slow. Maybe I'm insane. Maybe it's just because I was expecting it, and I've had way worse beginnings that it didn't really stop me from going quickly. But I was also on a time restraint. One of the big overarching kind of things that go on through this book is that Kelsey, the exiled queen, knows that she's unattractive, that she's not this beautiful, statuesque kind of woman, and that she wants to be like a part of the people kind of person. She's gotten her guard to start training her, and she wants to be down, in the lines of battle. She doesn't just want to sit at home and eat cake and wear pretty dresses. I think that it might have been said a little bit too much, been too much of a major play in the book, as how often it was mentioned that, oh, you've got a plain face, you're a little bit on the larger side. Like, it was a little bit overplayed, but maybe it's going to have a really big impact by the end of the story, making it more important. One of the other really important things in this book was the talk kind of thing behind her back, kind of with her at the same time, was who is her father? She knows who her mother is, but the whole kingdom, that's the question, is who is the father of our queen? You don't get to find out in this book, but it is kind of fiddled with that somebody knows. So we'll see if we ever find out. It might be a big important thing, it might be somebody you've already met, but we don't know yet. I really enjoyed that they kind of made the story so it was like you have an obvious enemy already. The Red Queen from, I'm going to just try not to butcher the land's name, Mort Mesny. That's probably how you're supposed to say it. I've been calling it Mormicet in my head, which it is not called. There's no T at the end. So she has that, nemesis kind of person right from the beginning of the book. But then as the story goes and she makes choices as a queen, she makes enemies. I like that that's how this story was kind of written. So you have these little small enemies and little problems happening, as well as the major overarching, I'm sorry that I'm using this word a lot because apparently this is the word of the week, overarching. But I like how that was put together. It kind of creates her to become a stronger, teaches how to solve the problems before she gets to the big one. I think that's kind of like a realistic how life works. But at the same time, sometimes you just get dumped with a big problem and you have no idea how to fix that. One of the areas of this story I don't really understand is they kind of keep mentioning it, but you don't know enough about it to really get what they're talking about. But they always talk about how their people were sent from somewhere else. Like, they all came on boats through the ocean to where they live now. A couple hundred years ago, kind of thing. And I'm still trying to figure out if where they got sent from was, like, originally our land kind of idea, because, like, they've got places called, like, New London and stuff like that, and they talk about how, you know, these were the medical things that they had sent over, but it was lost in a storm on the sea, so... But it's like, okay, you guys are a colony of one of the other continents kind of thing, and don't have really a lot of knowledge of the past that happened between all of them, but it's... Then they have magic, so you're like, what? How do you have magic, but you're also from our world? That's my only, like, big thing. It's just kind of confusing to me, but, you know, I don't know. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. Maybe somebody knows better than me. But, you know, that's just me saying what I'm saying. I've really enjoyed this book. I'm excited for more books. As always, I think my favorite character of the entire series so far is the Fetch. Sorry if that sounded incredibly weird. I just couldn't find where I've written down his name on my piece of paper because I am horrible at remembering names. I think he's my favorite. I think that he intrigues me the most. I really want to know more about this character and what his role in this story is going to be. Because when we first met him, I thought, oh yeah, you're definitely the father. You're this important character. And then, obviously, he isn't, because he's trying to find out who the father is. Unless the father doesn't even know they're the father. I doubt that. The other really interesting thing with this book is there are the sapphires. So she has a sapphire that she wears and is bonded with her kind of thing. And, you know, she has this as saying she is the queen to be kind of thing. And then also she's called the Marked Queen because there is, like, a dagger scar on her forearm, from what I understand in this book, that has been burned into her skin when she was a child, so that when she returned from being in exile, that they could prove she was who she was, not, oh, this child here is totally the person. But anywho, back to the sapphires. She has always worn one her whole life, and then there's a matched one for the king kind of idea. And up until a certain point, she's never worn the second one. And they have their own-ness to them. I don't want to say too much just because I don't want to spoil anything. But I want to know more about those as well. I feel like because she's so out of the loop on so many things, it kind of drives me insane because she doesn't know a lot about her mother. She doesn't know a lot about the time that happened while she was in exile. When she showed up in the Tearling, she had no clue about, I don't want to call it the slave trade, but, like, they send payment to the Mortman. Let's call it that this time. They send about 200 people, I don't remember the number, a bunch of people every month for the last, like, 19 years to Marmoset as payment, as tribute kind of thing, so that they don't get attacked again. So that is the book I reviewed this week, is Queen of the Tearling by Erika Johansen. It was really good. I suggest everyone reads it. Maybe I'll give it away for Christmas for one of my family members, just because it was good and I like to have more people to talk about books and shit. If you guys like this video, click the thumbs up. If you have any comments or suggestions for other books I should read, put them down below. I will put a link for this book in the description, and I'll see you guys next week with hopefully a better review than this. Unless you like this, then yay! Have a great week. Bye.